Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Fantasy Worldbuilding. I am currently getting things together to get started with Embers. Made a whole bunch of bricks, a whole bunch of plates, have some extra. Probably going to want one of each of these, I'm assuming, based on other mods that use stamps and presses and things like that. I assume that's going to be a thing. Oh. I want to fire those. And, well, I mean, other than these things, there is one other thing. Got some copper going. As soon as we had gotten tin, I hadn't actually been making copper. I'd made it all into bronze, so went ahead and made some copper because it's this actually, and I think a couple of other machines use it. We've just moved into December. Things are even more gray. I'm wondering why the grass isn't changing anymore, though. It's kind of... You'd expect this to also be more brown, but whatever. But yes, I did plant some more ironwood, and I think if we got time, we might do a little bit of work on the road as well, or something. But yes, now that we're in December, it is very cold. As I've been working inside, like even in here, right next to these two, when it's nighttime, it's only barely warm enough. So, yeah. These, actually, just real quick, for some reason, by default, it doesn't work with these. I have no idea why. Like, seems... I thought they had automatic compatibility with each other. Like, these actually do warm or cool. We have the cooling liners on these, but for some reason it doesn't actually let you put them on the simple difficulty armor. I did just now change the config, but it's still kind of a little weird, if you ask me, that it doesn't do that by default. Anyway, yeah, let's do, what is it? Oh. The Codex. Whoa. Okay, that is really cool. That is really cool. Raw minerals. Deep in the vaults of the solid earth, the novice digger may find useful minerals, namely copper, lead, silver, and quartz. Copper has many applications as a conductor, lead as a dull and malleable metal, and silver as a channeler for the arcane. Quartz, as well, proves a good source of raw crystalline matter. How does one go back? Oh. Sturdy ceramic. Caminite is a very sturdy ceramic, mixed from a bit of clay and sand. The mixture yields, when baked, a material that you believe will be hard enough for your purposes throughout all of your mechanical ambitions. Does this move? Antique adversaries. Rarely in the world. strange constructs resembling humanoids have been known to be found. These enigmatic golems will emit rays of pure heat and possess unnatural strength, yet seem to require no fuel or sustenance. How such an automaton could come to be is beyond you, but perhaps the unknown materials and mechanisms within it may prove useful. Oh, we didn't get very much sulfur. The caves are not only filled with mineral riches and foul fiends. Sometimes you might come across a curious orifice of earth and stone. When disturbed, this vent exhales a cloud of brimstone that forms a corrosive substance in contact with the damp cavern air. The huge chunks of sulfur obtained from harvesting them is yet unsuitable for further manufacture, and needs to be crushed into dust in a stamper first. Ooh. How much did we get then? Because I know we have some. That's niter. Well. Is that really all we got? Okay, we might have to go mining for that then. So we can't actually click on these until Dawnstone. Oh. The dense head of lead and iron, the Tinker Hammer proves a wieldy tool. It can be used to pound 2 ingots of metal into a plate, and you can imagine it being useful for getting certain machines to cooperate. Evidenced by the existence of hot molten stone deep in the earth, or the glowing heat sustaining the strange golems you fight, you have come to believe that at the center of your world lies a powerful energy source. Using some copper and iron, you have found a way to create a device capable of measuring the energy of the density of this energy, henceforth referred to as Ember, at a position in your world. At a position in the world. Well, assuming that that's indicating some sort of, like, progression, let's just go straight through. Iron and lead. Do we make any lead? I don't think we... Wait. No, that's silver. No lead. We have iron. I've been slowly getting through the iron berries. But didn't make any lead. I don't want to waste it. We don't have very much, so I'm going to make just a bit. Oh, we need charcoal. I had thought for certain that we had made up a huge amount of charcoal earlier, but I guess we've slowly gone through all of it. Okay, well, we're able to get 2 lead started with 1 piece of charcoal, so that's going to have to wait a minute, but let's see, what else do we have? We have this. What does that require? A bit of redstone, iron, copper. We have a teeny bit of redstone, but I'm actually not too worried about using it because we did. There is that one thing of redstone just over there to the west, so I'm not too worried about using that. Was it that? Yep. Ew. Don't know what I'm looking at. Atmospheric gauge. Does that mean see what it... Is that, like, actual atmosphere? Okay, so definitely it seems like counterclockwise is higher up and clockwise is further down. It's interesting. Would have expected it to be the other way around. Unless it's not... Okay, no, it's something else. Also, we're going to freeze. Well, I do have an idea. And with that starting up, this is the perfect opportunity. It's the perfect opportunity to use this. Between episodes, I dug this here shaft. Haha. Okay, so it's definitely not reading the altitude. I didn't think it was, but it seemed like there for a second. So what is it measuring? Like... Let's try down here. I've pulled some of the ores out of here, but not all of them. Let's see. Interesting. Ooh, not what I want. Is it a bauble? Doesn't look like it. Oh well. Okay, so... By the way... It might be pure coincidence, but I feel like these things are what's making that noise. And there, the mining level is too high. We can't even scratch these things. I don't know. Like, that's... Yeah, that's looking to be about... No, it's not quite obsidian. That's a little faster than obsidian, I think, but... Either way, it's somewhere around there. It's much harder than we can do anything with. Oh, this here is quartz. Should we? Yeah. Is that going to be something we need? We could maybe grab some more sulfur. I think... Where did I see some last time I was down here? Thought I had seen some. There's some. Those three there. Should we try it? I mean, at the moment we're just kind of waiting for stuff to cook, so might as well, right? That right there is going to be one of those spawner thingies. Yep. Pretty much why I was not worried about that. Kind of surprised that those guys aren't attacking. I guess the light levels are high enough. Let's just kind of make sure. But I did think that it was... Okay. Ow. Okay, whatever. So, if you said something about disturbing these... Huh. Doesn't look like it does anything. This is so dangerous. Why am I doing this? Ooh. Why am I not picking that up? Don't tell me these don't stack. Are you for real? Okay, that's super duper inconvenient. I guess we'll put this back then. Okay. I guess it doesn't stack. That is super weird. I would not have expected that. Okay, well, maybe one piece goes a long way? Okay. Well, now that we have discovered absolutely nothing about this thing... Okay. Yep, it's a thing. It's a thing that does a thing. Don't know what, but it is. Very interesting. This stuff right here, I actually really like. Can't remember what it's called, but at some point I'm definitely going to come down here and pull all of that out of here, because it's really... I like the color, and it's... and I think it would mix well with a lot of different other blocks. Well, that expedition was something. Might have been a success. Don't know. But, well, the lead at least is done. So, okay, the charcoal is done too. Good, good. Okay, so now we have 3 of these things that don't stack. I guess just go in there for the moment. That's... interesting. Another good thing about doing the charcoal, though, is this. The ash block, or ash... ash? Makes ashen stone. And that's embers, so... at the very least, it should go with the blocks and machines and stuff. And it looks cool. Like, at least in the picture there. So we definitely probably want to do that. But first, hammer. Where's the iron? Can I remember? I think it's that. Aha! Does it have attack? No. Okay. So we can check this off. Nice. This is a cool book? Codex? Thingy? Let's see. Pipes, dials, Tinker's Lens, Ember Bore. While bedrock may halt your downward advances, it will not halt your machines. The Ember Bore must be fueled with normal furnace fuel items and must be placed at a position where the blades of the bore can touch bedrock. When fueled, the bore will dig up ember crystals from deeper into the earth for your future use. Hoppers and other item transporters must be used to extract and insert fuel and crystals. Oh, that's funky. Whoa. That was suddenly very bright. Oh, it's a new section. Dials are a simple way to get information from a machine. 2 exist. The ember and fluid dials. Attached to their respective containers, each dial will graphically display the contents of that container when looked at. Super cool. Straightforward. Easy. Despite you creating all this machinery yourself, some of its functionality can be a bit obtuse at times. Fortunately, you've devised an eyepiece you can use to examine machines more closely. When held in either hand, you will always be able to tell which purpose a face on a machine has. Note that this tool is not a periscope, so you might have some trouble with mechanical cores. Holding this thing in your hand all the time is inconvenient. Fortunately, you can apply this to a helmet to receive the benefits of holding it all the time while wearing the helmet. This augment doesn't take up any slots, but it does need a motive core applied first. Not entirely sure what that means. The Tinker's Lens, though, that I saw used... Oh no, it's the smoky one that uses ash, but this... lead plate. We are going to need more lead, okay? One of the simplest mechanisms necessary for your ambitions is the pipe, a simple means of moving materials. You have developed both iron and lead pipes. Iron pipes can be used to transport fluids, while lead pipes can be used to transport items. Pipes can only insert to tanks or inventories, however. To extract, you must craft a corresponding pump, place it adjacent to the container, and power it with redstone. Okay. This is all about filtering and doing this sort of thing. So that's the more technical stuff. Ember activator, Dawnstone. What's an ember activator? Bunch of copper, some iron plates, and a furnace. I think this can be used like this. Yeah. Okay. You have to place it. Whoa. Well, that is cool. You have to get to it through here, I wonder. That's an ember bore. That's getting to the area where that's too much iron. Or more than we have, at least. Okay. What if we just... Because the big thing, to be honest, that I want right now is the ability to double this. All of this, because that's all we've got at the moment. And iron especially is going to be difficult to get a hold of more, or find more, is the main problem. We have to find it. So, can we just make a melter? Whoop. Okay, that's... Careful about clicking that. So here's a problem. We're not going to be able to do this here. In this room. It's just not big enough. Oh, block of iron for the stamper. Yikes. Alright, so what that tells me is that, well, basically, more of this, And, well, you know, what that just might mean is what we need to do is go and build somewhere to start doing this. As in, like, build an Embers workshop. Alright, well, let's get some stuff together and go... where should we do this? I mean, the obvious answer is somewhere underground, but where? And how? And how is this going to connect to the Roots city up here? And what exactly is it I'm looking for? I don't remember. Well, let's go just kind of take a look, kind of survey the area, because this is going to be a significant thing, I think. Like, we want some kind of connection between the Roots people and the Embers people. But where? Where should that connection actually be? Like, I built that mine shaft over here. Just here. But, well, let's see. Thing is, there are also, like, natural cave entrances. Does this go any deeper? Sort of. It's about as far as it goes. Here. Ideally there are spiders, so there is more caves somewhere. Oh, and then this comes out on the other side of the mountain. Oh, and that's where the dragon is. Over there, right on the right somewhere, is where that... whatever it is, castle thing with the dragon on it. I haven't seen it. I've been over here a couple of times and I haven't seen it again, and that kind of worries me. I don't know what that means. So do we, like, use the mine shaft and just say that they dug that, or do we use a natural cave entrance? Because right here is a natural cave. But I don't think this actually goes very far down, and this isn't in a super convenient spot. And this is where this is. But this doesn't go... I mean, it kinda sorta does, but it's a dungeon. Like, right there, it connects downward. Into the caves down here. So we could theoretically use that. You know what I should really probably do is actually make a mob farm out of these. But no, I think what we need to do is find a good spot for it to connect, and not try and use the natural caves, unless, because we've already kind of gone about just kind of paving over them, more or less. I mean, that up there is where we just were, and we're just kind of walling it over and making a house in there and stuff like that. So, like, deeper down, I think using the big caverns and chasms is going to be ideal for that. But the actual entrance to the place... Oh, I need to do that. Here. The snow. Okay, I think the cart just broke. I mean, we can still access it, but it won't let me pull it. Okay, that's irritating. But let's take a look-see at stuff. Oh. Yeah, that's yeah, that needs to be fixed. Cause yeah. So, let's just kind of take a wider, further out sort of view of stuff. We have this mountain here, which is kind of the farthest west of the whole mountain range. further over this way, we have where the mountain range kind of sort of properly starts. This one is kind of off on its own a little bit. Yeah, there's a word for that. A mountain that is kind of separated from the range a bit like that. There's a technical term for that, I believe. We've pretty much exclusively been working on this mountain. I do want to eventually get over there. There will be a river through here. You know what might be cool? Is over here on this mountain. Like, if you look, just here, there's a great big huge flat space. Oh, and there's also a natural cave entrance right here. Fancy that. 'Cause I'm thinking, why not just have a large, like, door? And actually, are we about to be jumped by a skeleton? Sounds like it. We have this, and this mod, Cathedral, adds this stuff, and this stuff has these. Dawnstone and basalt. Wonder if we can make that happen. And okay. Looks like the only way to do Dawnstone is, yeah, mixing, melting. It's copper and gold. Isn't that just rose gold? We only have a tiny bit of gold. But, I mean, it's probably not quite enough to do that, but like, for future planning, like, I think that's the way to go. I think that'd be really cool. Have just giant doors in the side of the mountain. And, is that not it? Oh. Okay. Let's take a look at what these look like. That's cool. Kind of would have preferred if it was a connected texture and did the whole, you know, link together and make one huge brick thing. But there is also that. Oh, that looks cool. That actually, that looks interesting just here. And you know what? I have an idea. I've been thinking about this for a little while. But, you see, here's the thing. I keep saying I want to make some towers and a castle for, you know, defense and such. Well, in the Middle Ages, back when they built castles in Europe, castles were whitewashed. Like, they weren't just bare stone. And so, like, the tower here, we don't want these things to just be more marble, because marble is like the basic layer, you know, the backdrop. It's the primary color for, like, just the regular stone. We want something that'll stand out a little bit, and just making it more marble, it's not going to stand out very well. Plus, you don't make a castle out of just bare stone. Like, walls like this, sure. But a castle, or a tower, but at the same time, whitewashing? How is it gonna look any different from that? You know, like, this is almost... This would be a good block to use if you were building a castle in a regular stone area, like a gray stone area, and you wanted a castle that looks whitewashed. That'd work great. But it's going... If we do that, like, it'll just look like marble, because it's just marble. But, what if... And the reason I haven't mentioned this idea is because I hadn't been able to find a good block that would work. But, what about this? So basically, instead of whitewashed walls, you do like a dark. Okay, those are too grid-like and regular with the bricks. And it could also make sense from a, like, I mean, it's ashen stone, it uses ash. I mean, they're dragon defense structures, like, does that even require explanation? And that, it stands out brilliantly, but at the same time, like, it looks good. It's a really nice contrast. And maybe that could be part of the lore as well, like, the people, the roots people who were here first, or you know, built this city first, their strategy is just, you know, hide inside and wait for the dragons to go away, maybe give up a few sheep or something. But the Embers people, maybe they are a little more aggressive, a little more willing to say, no, you try and burn down our land and we'll fight you, you know, dragon attacks. And maybe the roots people are more willing to just say, okay, we'll just hide and wait for it to blow over. But the Embers people would be like, okay, let's do this. And it's like the mod itself is ostensibly dwarven, and in most things where dwarves are, most fantasy places where you get dwarves, they are kind of like that to a certain degree. I mean, I kind of don't like the fact that dwarves all across all of every different fantasy are basically the same, and part of what really irritates me about that is the fact that they literally took one group of dwarves from Tolkien's work and kind of stereotyped the whole stinking race to be like that, you know, like all sorts of different fantasy IPs do the same thing with elves. Like, took one specific, well, almost individual, and we're just like, yeah, that'll be the whole race. And that just irritates the snot out of me, but in this instance, I feel like it could make sense that, like, the roots people were here, above ground, the Embers people were below ground, and they didn't really interact for, you know, some amount of time, and then they met each other, and, you know, the Embers folk were like, you're just letting these dragons walk all over you, seriously? And they're the ones who built the towers and the castles, the fortifications against dragons. And that, I think that could be really interesting, because it still lets there be these houses and the castles at the same time, and there be a good reason for both. So, with that in mind, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a bunch of this, and we're going to go head over to that location, and we're going to start, I don't know, constructing something. Probably what we'll do is just set up a very basic Embers workshop, like right inside where the door is going to be, if you know what I mean. Like, not going to get too hung up on the aesthetics of it, just kind of get something functional going, if we can. The iron situation is a little bit dire. Well, not dire so much as I need to do a lot of this. And I mean, to be fair, we do have the other iron in the actual ore that we dug up, and there's nothing really stopping us from using that. But at the same time, I kind of want to double it just because that's all we have of the ore. And to get more, we'd have to go looking. Actually, that reminds me. Another use we were going to have for the iron was going to be a prospector's pick. Wasn't it? Yeah, this. I don't know how this works, but that might be what we really want to do to be able to find more iron. So should we prioritize that? Maybe. Well, at any rate, let's head over there and see if we can make anything interesting happen. I really would like that cart to work. Not sure why it doesn't seem to want to. It's very straight, which tells me that something went wrong with it. Okay, well, either way. Yeah, that right there. Oh, you're still here. Hi. That was unexpected. And a little bit odd. Huh. Okay. Well. First things first, we need a spot for the horse. How far does this go? Not far at all. Okay. Well, actually, you know what? You can just wander down that way. Okay, so I'm thinking what we're gonna need to do is just smelt all of that iron that we've got. 'Cause it's just gonna have to happen, because we just need to have iron. We need to have iron. Yeah, and we need one of these for sure, because I don't know how to use these machines at all. So, yep, I think that's gonna have to do it for Embers for now, at least. I'd like to do more, but it's really the iron that we're just not able to meet the demand. Not quite, at least. Not yet. So with that in mind, I think we're going to want to make. I think that prospector's pick is gonna be the real thing that we really want, because basically if we can get more iron somewhat more reliably, like currently it's just a matter of having to go and search for those clusters on the surface, because going mining is just, I mean, I could try doing some strip mining, but I don't feel like that would really yield all that much. I don't know, I mean, I haven't tried it, so I can't say for sure, but... And then there is this, which... a little bit tedious, but it's not too bad. The main problem with it is that it requires the iron berries, and that requires chopping down the trees, so... Oh, my water froze. Hey. Rude? But, like... This is how many iron berries I managed to collect with all of this wood, plus all the wood we used over there, so it's not super duper efficient. Like, it's fine as a sort of supplemental source of iron, but not as a main source of iron, I don't think. Like, for the roots people here in this city, that's probably fine, but we need rather more iron. And the Embers people need rather more iron. Although I'll tell you, if there's one good reason to go strip mining, it's because it's so dang cold up here. Oh, by the way, I looked up what thistle is used for, and it's actually a source of vegetable rennet for making cheese. So that's not going... I'm going to stop harvesting it for now, because that's not going to be useful anytime soon, because we don't have cows. The only cows are up there, and I mean, oops. I guess we could try and... Actually, I guess we could do that. We have a space for the animals now. Wow, okay, it's so cold even out here in the desert, it's not really warming up. Hardly at all. Goodness. Have I mentioned that I don't like those things? By the way, last episode, I forgot to mention that I found some of these interesting shrooms. There's these ones. And then these, and they do actually glow, which is really cool. I found them in a cave over in the crystal area. I wonder if these work on them. There's not a whole lot of space here. But... it might be working and it just doesn't have enough space, I'm not sure. Can use them for stew and dye, but they don't really have any other uses other than, well, decorative. And these, the fact that they glow, is cool. Although, the one thing I'm worried about with these is the fact that this mod, it's got some interesting mechanics and some frightening mobs. And in a test world that I ran before starting this series, I had a zombie attack me that was a cordyceps infected, and it was really tough to kill. And in the nearby area, I ended up actually finding mushrooms that were cordyceps mushrooms. So I'm slightly worried that those mushrooms actually spawn things, potentially? I don't know. Okay, I think this should be enough iron to make a prospector's pick. And I think we're going to test it out. Don't have a whole lot of time left in the episode, I don't think. But I do want to at least try this. Yikes, that's a lot of iron. Okay. We have 4 left. 14 meters above sea level. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, the range is cleared and now it's hot in the desert. But let's see what happens. No deposits in this area. Okay. Let me go head over to where I know there are some deposits and see how this works. Does it work when you're on a horse, for example? Okay, here's one here. What is this? I think that's redstone. Marble cinnabar found. Okay, interesting. So marble cinnabar is redstone? Yeah, this was the other... Oh no, this is gold. Oh, we're gonna need gold. Should we pick this up? Marble gold. And then what are you? You're redstone as well. No deposits. Migmatite cinnabar. So I guess cinnabar is redstone, which is slightly weird. I thought cinnabar was a ore of lead? No, mercury. Thought that was mercury. Is it scanning the chunk? I assume it's the chunk. Oh, interesting. So it actually does detect if you pulled the stuff out. That's handy. Either way, that's it. That's the end. Between episodes, I'll see about going strip mining in that sort of direction. See what I can do. I know we didn't do a whole huge amount this episode, but I mean, it's my first time using Embers, and that was kind of probably going to happen, you know. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you next episode. And until then, I'm probably going to freeze. Good grief, this cold. Anyway, thank you for watching. Take care. And farewell. And if you have any suggestions for anything to do with the Embers mod, anything I should be doing, or anything, let me know.